doing it now. And the thing that we want you to feel and hear so that you can begin to apply with some deliberateness is that as you begin to offer the vibration now because you care about how you feel more than anything else, what will begin to happen is you will begin to offer a vibration that is more suited to who you are and will yield you more positive, powerful return on your effort. A thought vibration has so much leverage in it, so much, much, much more than action. So when you take the time to clean up something that has been bothering you, it sets you in a different point of attraction. Do you know you could have one person in your experience who is misbehaving by your standards in some way? And let's say it's someone up close enough to you that it shows up often, maybe every day, maybe more than once a day. So you're giving your attention to this, whatever it is. There's a tendency to say, well, since you're misbehaving and since when I see you do it, I feel bad, if you weren't doing it, I would feel better, so you need to stop doing that. And we say, good luck on that one. You can't control them. Even sometimes when they want to treat you better, they can't. Sometimes you can get someone focused in your sights and you can have identified an aspect of their personality which is not pleasing to you, and every time you interact with that person they will show you that unpleasing characteristic. And then you say, I think I will remove myself from them because out of sight, out of mind. And we say, there is something about that, isn't there? In other words, you do tend to offer most of your vibration in response to what you are observing. But there is something so important for you to understand, and that is you cannot control the behaviors of others, not even one other. And if you are trying to be a deliberate creator by controlling the details of your life experience, you're pretty much going out of your mind, aren't you? Because they will not behave, 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 because they were not born to serve you. They were not born to serve you. Now we know that's shocking. So here's how it works. You are source energy, even though you are in this physical body. Do you know that? Some say, well, I sort of get that. I have a soul or a spirit, and then there's me. And we say, oh, it's bigger than that. You are source energy, and you projected a very small percentage-wise part of that consciousness into this physical body. You are much more source energy, huge vibrational, non-physical energy than you are anything that you know here in this physical body. So this larger part of you is completely aware of you. But here's the thing that we really want you to hear. This larger part of you, as you are exploring life experience and you are identifying what you don't want, which helps you to know much more clearly what you do want, the source energy part of you gives its undivided attention to what you do want. So much so that the larger part of you continues to expand because of the contrast that you live. It's the bargain you struck. You knew it when you came in. You said, I'll go forth, I'll explore contrast, and I will give birth to new ideas, and the source energy part of me will embrace those new ideas. The expansion of all is about that. This Art of Allowing workshop is about helping you to realize that because you're living life in contrast, there is a huge potential for you to know what you don't want, even though the larger part of you knows what you do want. And if you don't, pretty quick, start turning your attention toward what you do want, you feel the tug of war that goes on when a part of you is focused upon who you have become and the physical part of you is focused upon who you are. In other words, the non-physical part of Jerry and Esther is focused upon the perfect life that they live in all aspects. And Jerry and Esther are focused upon the fact that their breakfast keeps not showing up. So even though it doesn't seem important, it is, because anything that you focus upon that causes a split in your vibration feels big. And really is big, because separating you from you doesn't feel good. That's what all negative emotion is. All negative emotion is you separating you from you. But it's not just you separating you from the spirit that you were before you were born. It's you separating you from who this life has caused you to become. You see, do you sort of get that? Do you get it? That whenever you know what you don't want, you know more clearly what you do want, and the larger part of you embraces that idea? We've written a book called Ask and It Is Given, and that is such a good title because that's what it's talking about. When life causes you to ask, Source becomes it. It's not just a giving in the sense that it's being handed to you. It is that the larger part of you becomes it completely and then offers the vibration of the expansion that you've been asking for. And when law of attraction responds to the expanded version of you, and it does, because law of attraction responds to every thought that's being thought, when this large part of you has become something because of your exposure to life, and law of attraction is responding to that vibration of you, there is a powerful calling toward that. Do you understand that it's law of attraction? There's no law of assertion. So now this larger part of you that law of attraction is responding to is attracting all of the resources that match what it has become. And you know what a good thing that is for you? Because the source energy within you only gives its attention to what you want, not the negative that has caused you to want it. So there's this pure vibration or point of attraction that is summoning unto itself all things that you consider to be good. And it's not just the stuff you picked up along this physical trail. You got to understand, you've been around a long time. You are source energy. You are source energy that just expanded just now as a result of what you've been living. And if you don't go along with that expansion willingly, you don't feel very good. Now, we use that word willingly really, really deliberately because the expanded version of you is constantly becoming, and because law of attraction is responding to it. What do you think, using your logic? Do you understand that you have been long before you came into this body, and that you will be again? And do you sort of kind of get it, that even though you're in this physical body, that a larger part of you still exists? And when you think about law of attraction responding to that part of you and law of attraction responding to the thoughts you're thinking now, can you get it that this is a much stronger calling, a much stronger vibrational attraction, a much stronger vortex? To you, it feels like a river that is moving swiftly toward who you really are and taking you along with it, whether you really want to go or not. And do you know what negative emotion is? Negative emotion is the stream of your expansion taking you and you not going willingly. That's what negative emotion is. But, you say as you try to row against the current. But. And as you defend and justify, as you talk about what you don't want, I don't have enough money, they don't bring my breakfast, nobody loves me. As you beat those drums of resentment, or those drums of not enoughness, those drums of lack. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough love, I don't have enough respect, I don't have enough. As you beat those drums, you hold yourself against this current, but you're just not going willingly. That's what negative emotion is. We want to chew together today until you reach the place where you have decided, you've come to the conclusion that you're going to stop bucking the current. We see you. It's like you take your raft down to the river and you deliberately point it upstream. And we say, why not just go with the flow? And you say, oh, that seems so easy. And we say, yes, it does. It's easy because it's natural. Oh, well, then our physical friends say, well, we're not sure that we should do the easy, natural thing. We think we should do the hard thing. And we look around us at other physical friends, and they all seem to be rowing pretty hard. So that must be the right effort. And I've heard about vigilance. I've heard about virtue. I've heard about working hard. I've heard that there is no gain without pain. I've heard all of these things. And so I'm measuring myself against all of the others that are really fighting this current. And we say, eventually, you'll stop fighting the current. On the day you croak, you will, for sure. You'll reemerge right back into that pure positive energy. But we think you should be able to go with the flow because it is the natural thing while you are still here in this physical body. We think it is time for you to let yourselves be the recipients of all that you deserve. And there is so much that you deserve that you're holding yourself apart from, because you have habits of thought that are different from what you deserve. So the universe is not yielding to you based upon what you deserve, because you have the free will to offer a vibration that is not a vibrational match to what you deserve. Are you sort of getting what we mean by deserve? By deserve, we mean all that life has caused you to become. That's who you are. That's that worthy, deserving countenance that you may be very well matching, or you may be very well denying. It depends on how you feel. So, if we were standing in your shoes, we would get picky, 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 picky. But we would not be picky about breakfast being on time, and we would not be picky about how well they've washed the car, and we would not be picky about the things that most of you are picky about. We would be picky about feeling good. We would take the control of our life back, and we would say, I am so insistent that I feel good that I will not allow myself to ponder the things that do not feel good when I ponder them. I'm just not going to look where it doesn't feel good. I'm going to let this be a thought buffet where I please myself. Just like the buffet, the food buffet. Do you ever put terrible tasting things on your plate deliberately, time after time after time? I hate that. Give me some of that. That's the most disgusting thing I ever ate. Give me more of that. That makes you want to die. Give me some of that. Or do you choose the things that are pleasing to you? And we say, we want you to move your pickiness into an arena that will really give you leverage. We want you to move your pickiness into the arena of how you feel, 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 how you feel. Jerry and Esther have been sitting every morning and breathing and basking and focusing upon well-being and feeling the life flow just sort of move into them and through them. And then as they take their walk, both of them have noticed, and Esther was saying the other day, can you smell how good this air smells? In other words, so often when something's wrong, that's when you focus to try to correct the wrongness of it. But most people don't even make a thought about wellness until they're sick. And then there's already so much clutter in the vibration that they don't usually get off to a very pure start on the thought. But what about just focusing on something for the sake of feeling good and milking it until the whole of your vibrational countenance has been enveloped in it? That's what vitality really is. Esther looked out of the window the other day. They were in Washington, D.C., and it was the morning they would begin driving. Esther's favorite morning. She loves getting back out on the road, watching all of that beautiful landscape passing by. And Jerry was outside bringing the hoses in and getting the outside ready to travel while Esther was doing the same inside. And Esther was ready, and she doesn't like to start the big engine until he's finished because it's too loud for him. And so she was watching him to see how he was progressing. And he was finished, but he was deliberately standing and basking. She saw him deliberately looking up, and she could see him stretching like the cat does. And she knew that he was just milking the moment for well-being.